Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Hey, Mac, did you hear the good news? Windows 7 is out, and it's not going to have any of the problems my last operating system had. Trust me.
I feel like I've heard this before, PC.
What? Windows Vista's here, and it's not going to have any of the problems that Windows XP had.
What made these Mac PC ads some of the best and most memorable of all time? Well, I think we can start out with what they didn't do. Did they talk about how the Mac's camera quality is so much better than a Windows laptop? Did they talk about the awesome UI on the Macintosh? Swing and a miss. Did they talk about how, Photo Booth is really fun to use, your kids will love that? Not in the slightest. What Apple understands is that selling a product isn't about the product. It's about the vision. And if you stick with this video, you're gonna know the fundamentals of how to run your own perfect Apple-esque campaign for whatever you're trying to sell. So what is a vision? Every product that you're selling has a target audience. The first step is know who your target consumer is. That person has a very specific problem you're trying to solve and person they want to be. If you want to close the sale, show how your product gets them to where they want to be. For instance, if you're selling to a business, show them how your product will be fundamental for their success in the achievement of their organization. If you're selling a fitness product, tie it to the story of how this is going to make accomplishing your fitness goals easy as pie, and how the product can not just give them functionality, but affirm their identity as someone who cares a lot about fitness. A great example of this is Peloton. Do they talk about how the bike has great reliability, great durability? It's, you can bike on it. Not really.
Thoughts on riding a real bike instead of a Peloton? Hey, thoughts on respecting stop signs?
But what they do talk about is how there's a Peloton community and you can challenge your friends and you can take classes. It sells you on this notion of a fitness lifestyle and how the Peloton product is an affirmation of that person you want to be. Now, I have some hands-on experience selling with my former business, Safestop, which unfortunately didn't work out. And you're gonna know a key reason why. Safestop was an application that was reforming traffic stops by connecting law enforcement to community members over a video call at the start of them. The idea was that it would make it safer for everyone. Now let's analyze this principle of selling for a vision in the context of Safestop, which is pretty interesting because Safestop had a two-sided marketplace. We had to convince the government to use an app, and we had to convince consumers to use a different app. The government, it was pretty easy because you may not believe this despite what you see in the news, but the people working in your local governments really do care about the community. They're looking for new and innovative ways to keep people safer. They're looking for ways to make their organizations stronger, and that's stuff they care about. So we were able to align Safestop with becoming the future version of their organization that puts their community first and keeps law enforcement officers safe. Problem though, when you're just driving on the 405 and you're an everyday driver, you're caught in gridlock, or you're just on your commute to work, you don't really identify as someone who's imminently going to have a problem with a traffic stop. So there was no vision we could really sell to people because traffic stops were kind of like a social problem, but not really something that someone really identified with as an immediate problem in their life. So while we were able to sell a vision to the government, we were not able to do that effectively to consumers. So I hope this gives you some insight on concrete applications of selling a vision. And if you're here, I bet you're pretty entrepreneurially minded. So you definitely want to check out my video on the biggest mistake that killed my company so you can make sure you avoid making it.